Next up is eFund Your Health with Phyllis Johnson. Phyllis, you ready?
Yes, thank you very much.
Microphone.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you everyone for having me. I'm Phyllis Johnson. I'm the founder and the president of eFund Your Health. And I got a call 2 days ago and said, can you pitch hit for us? I said, you mean pinch hit for you? I got 18 years in baseball, so I said, yes, here I am. So be nice, be kind. Anyway, I am the founder. I started this in about 2013. This is a crowdsourcing platform. It is like an alternative medical GoFundMe. And it is not GoFundMe. It is like an alternative medical GoFundMe. And you say to yourself, why would I put a niche market into a high volume business model, right? Why would I do something like this? Healthcare has become holistic. What a word. Holistic means nutrition, could be functional med, could be naturopathic, could be supplements, could be testing, could be Reiki, could be acupuncture. The word is big. Alternative medicine is big. The term complementary and alternative medicine is from NIH. They call it CAM. So you'll see that term. It's a large industry. We have organic tomatoes at Walmart. That tells you there's something about demand, right? The United States in 2012 said 38% of Americans are using it, one form of it or another. So what really is the business need? That's a huge demand. Where is the business need? The problem is those services are uninsurable, right? Most of them are uninsurable. These are products and solutions that has a high demand, but the insurance industry has not, for very good reason, been able to keep up with this kind of demand. The certifications from the experts. Have you guys tried to go to a functional med doctor versus the integrative expert versus an MD? There you go. The certifications are all over the map. It's an immature model right now. Blue Cross Blue Shield has got probably 18 states where they're recognizing naturopathic physicians at this point, and it's ramping. The providers, they're trying to move out of their basement, their parents' basement. They are having people come in nonstop. 187,000 of them people are coming in saying, I have lupus. My parents don't know what it is. My conventional doctor is making me sick. I don't know what to do. Would you please help me? And I have no money. There's the market. 187,000 providers are taking care of these folks that have no money, and it's uninsurable. The final solution and the final problem, there's no data to move this into our conventional medical system. It's our monolithic system that can't adopt and accept such immature data without the outcomes at this point. So, despite all the problems, like I said, 38% of Americans are using these services and they're spending $33 billion a year. That's an old number. Why are they spending $33 billion a year? Anyone have an idea? We're chronically ill and we're getting sicker and we don't know why. And we're saying, you know, I'm going to go look for some other options at this point. 87 million Americans have one or more chronic diseases, and it's getting worse. You can see the insurance company's problem here, and they do want to play in the alternative medical sandbox. So my solution, I'm a 25-year veteran from the IT industry. I'm a mother. I had a tragedy in my family. I didn't cry. And I said, this is not acceptable. If I didn't have cash, my son wouldn't be here today. And when I came up with this on a cot in Miami Beach when my son was trying to work, I said, if I don't have cash, I don't have the opportunity to give my son the options that made him well. So I built a crowdfunding platform. I'm from the IT industry. That doesn't mean I know a lot about it. And here's the differentiator, the secret sauce. I'm a B2B. Those 187,000 people give me references. They feed me patients. They get them every day. They're my sales force. I don't care if they're a nutritionist, they're a functional med, they're an integrative, an MD that wants to do nutrition. They send me patients. Patient comes in, says, I've got a disease, I don't have the money. They go to the eFund. The eFund will let me know that you've got the money. They'll notify me, and then I'll set you up. That's the way the system is set up right now. In addition, we do B2C. Consumers, patients can come right on in now, and we're testing the market on the B2C. We are running a beta right now in the Northeast. The value here, why wouldn't someone go to GoFundMe and say, I want natural options? We match with corporate donations. I have a large, complex, legally blessed structure, took all my first round of money, to grant or to support my nonprofit, the nonprofit organization that is fully executed by the for-profit. We can also build databases for outcomes for future reasons, and we give debit cards to control the use of funds to the extent that technology will allow us. Those are the big differentiators. We got our first round. We got through legal with McDermott in Washington, D.C. We're launching a beta now in New York. We are testing our marketing metrics, our legal, regulatory, healthcare legal metrics We got our funding from the wellness industry. The corporate donors are coming in. I'm so excited. We've got 3 major anchor corporate donors. The corporations did not get into this business to only service the wealthy. They want my mission more than my advertising. They got more people than I do. They don't need me that way. So how do I make my money? Remember those 20 million people, 87 million who are chronically ill in the United States? They need, and 20 million of them are friendly to CAM. This is not 20 years ago out of California in the VW van. These people are using CAM, they're friendly, and they're saying, I've got no choice. 900 campaigns, patients who raised $2,500, that is the average from GoFundMe on medical. I match it with $2,500. eFund makes $2 million revenue with a $1 million profit. That's 900 out of 20 million target market. And obviously we're targeting the chronically ill. Scalability is incredible. You can see those numbers alone. That's the result. And there's no better result from a parent who had no choice but to come up with a solution for her own family, but also say this is not acceptable, that the world, that the Americans don't have access to alternative options and natural and conventional to make our integrative healthcare better in the United States. So, do you all have any questions? There's our team. Thank you. I didn't cry. I almost did.
No, listen, my heart, you're from the moment go, as soon as I saw what this was, I have a daughter that we have been on a 5-year journey with, and I've taken her out of the country. We see 2 functional medicine doctors, one in New York, one in Florida, in addition to her pediatrician and everything else.
That's right.
Took her to MedU. We don't know what's wrong with her. It's unbelievable, right? And you're watching this, and I can't even imagine. I have no idea what brought you to do this, but I think you're on to something amazing.
It's a latent demand, a huge demand.
Oh, it's huge, and the amount of money that luckily for us, we're in a position where we can afford to do
There
it,
you go.
even if it's not. But when we started out, we weren't, right? Things have changed over the last few years for us with business, and that's great. But it's daunting, and also prohibitive, because one of the procedures that I had to take our daughter out of the country because it's still in clinical trials here in the U.S. was 20 grand out of pocket. And it was life-changing for her in an amazing way. And I know that there are children in this country or others, adults who need this type of stuff and can't afford it.
That's
and they're
exactly
suffering.
right. And that's,
so this is I get the need, I get it. The platform, it wasn't really clear to me.
Right, this is an IT crowdfunding platform.
I got that part.
Right.
So will you walk me through really quickly, if I'm a patient or a parent,
Sure.
and I'm trying to get the money, what do I do?
You actually have gone to your practitioner, or you found us via radio, which is happening in New York right now, and if your practitioner says go on to the eFund, I'm a member, it's very easy for them to sign up, and I'll get you on there right now. They click on eFundYourHealth.org, they go in, it says start a campaign. You start a campaign, it looks like GoFundMe. Okay. It's very easy, user-friendly. It's what is your story, how much do you need to raise, put your picture in here, send it to your Facebook, your social, your emails. You can also do a private campaign so that it's not public. You can just send it to grandma so that it's not on the website. When you go onto the website, you will see them based on disease, multiple sclerosis, cancer, autoimmune, diabetes, pediatrics. So it's very similar. It is a WordPress system, a highly scalable WordPress system, redundant system. It's got WooCommerce on the back end. It's automatically integrated into an electronic payment system. The money moves in and moves quickly out of our hands, and it is
Does it control,
attached.
where does the money go?
The money goes into their accounts. It goes into our accounts, and then when they close their campaigns, we automatically double the size up to 2,500. We populate it and we send it to them in a debit card. And we have a contract with another company
And
to
where,
provide
I
that
wasn't
service.
completely clear, where does the matching fund come from?
That comes from the corporate donors. It is, because it's a nonprofit, we have the opportunity, we built matching funds. And this is from the concept of it takes the whole $43 billion community to make this happen.
Sure.
They are donating in nonprofit, tax exempt by category, by disease, and then I use those funds to match a patient campaign. And the terms and conditions were reviewed by legal for IRS compliance.
Sure. And you guys take a management fee?
5% over, yes, 5% fee that gives us that $2 million on a $5,000 average raise. $2,500 they raise, we match by $2,500.
How many how much do you need right now to cover your?
We are on second round funding. We had 150 the first round. We're launching in New York next week. Radio's campaigns start next week, and we're looking for the next 150 to get us through the beta. We actually had more money than we needed. We were actually going to plan. But so we've started the beta on the first 150. The second 150 was for the beta, but we need the next 150 to launch successfully through it, revise analytics on the business plan, then launch nationwide with a $1.5 million raise. My original investors are from the wellness industry. This is the former CFO of Cigna. The insurance industry is extremely interested. They call it preventive, and they know they need to play in the sandbox. He is also the former COO of United Healthcare Dental, and he's hard.
Yeah, no, it's
He's
good.
an accountant type.
I mean, I think that there's a future for an insurance product
Yes.
for CAM. And actually, it's funny, I've never heard it called actually CAM. I've just heard alternative functional.
I
stuff
know,
like
yeah.
that.
It's
Now I-
NIH that
Now I
does
have
it.
an acronym, so I'm excited.
I tried to buy the
So-
domain, ended up with Camcore. Do you want me to tell you what kind of site that was?
Yeah. No, this is interesting.
Yeah, we're doing extremely well. The biggest success that has kept me up at night for years of failure with this, went back to work, took the money, years of success and failure, was the corporate donors are excited. The matching, usually it's not the money that comes in. The matching opportunity is bigger. I don't have enough patients right now. I have more money right now than I have patients. That's why we have to do radio.
Well, I think from a corporate standpoint too, being able to fund my team members, my employees, family members, I would rather donate that money to that, and knowing that I can help in a tax exempt way. I mean, not just for the tax exempt, but
Right.
using those dollars and channeling them into the family members, or channeling them into the stories that my employees want.
In fact, Dr. Axe, his new company, Ancient Nutrition, with Jordan Rubin, who I'm just a big fan of, they sent a patient in, and the whole employee group is behind this patient, a little 14-year-old boy with Crohn's disease. He's about 90 pounds. And the company has taken over this campaign.
Is he going for FMT? Is that what it's for?
He's starting the FMT. You mean
Fecal microbiota transplant?
No. My son has Crohn's disease. So no, and he did do that once. And it was okay. We've tried everything. I have brought in illegal stuff into this country. I've taken people to Mexico with stage 4 cancer. I've tried everything. That one, some people it works for, some it does not.
Just curious.
My son is now a holistic nutritionist that forces Crohn's disease into remission. That's it, bottom line. You're in an episode, call him. So if there's anything more that I'm proud of, is that my son is alive and kicking, and he's able to help others now. So.
Can I ask a couple questions? You said you started in 2013.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I mean, $150,000 doesn't carry you from 2013 to 18.
No, very
So
good
can
question.
you fill that gap in? And you said you were pitch hitting for who would have otherwise been here? Your son or?
No, it would have been me. It's just that Laura had a cancellation.
Oh, okay, I got you. Sorry.
Yes,
I
and
missed that part.
so you guys are looking at something that got revised like yesterday morning real quick. And it's an investor deck from a finance kind of guy. So my CMO is about ready to change this whole thing. So in 2013, I quit my job as Vice President of Sales in the IT federal industry, and with a dream and too much yoga, I started Crohn's Colitis Nutrition Foundation. And I took all my money and I started this to help reverse Crohn's disease. And I failed miserably because I'm not from the nonprofit world. And I struggled, and most of these patients you'll see on our site right now, we manually fundraise for. They are real patients. A lot of lessons during that time, a manual system of fundraising, and we also started a wellness retreat in Charleston, South Carolina, where we're headquartered here on James Island. That's what started. In the last year, Jeff joined me. A lot of good people joined me. The wellness industry got wind of it. They threw the money into the first round.
So just tell me a little bit more about, because I'm a payments person, tell me a little bit more about how that debit card,
Right.
and would you rather control, I'm familiar with really
This is
cutting edge,
probably-
brand new technology that's coming out where it's basically blockchain for distributed payments. So that technology is coming where you could potentially control the payment and it could be publicly visible or privately visible to your sponsor of where every single dollar went.
This
So I
is
don't know about the
the
delivering
reason-
debit card. I mean,
Right.
I
This
think
is
I
the
would rather
reason why
control the
Jeff's
payment.
on board. This is the reason. You're exactly right about that. Right now, we control use of funds as a responsibility to our donors. And the way we can do that, to the extent technology will allow us, is category-based right now, not SKU. When I get to the SKU level, which is coming, we spent a lot of the first round on this issue to automate this. So we are category-based. The patient closes the campaign. Our matching funds automatically double the campaign up to $2,500. The debit card gets automatically issued to the patient. They can, like an HSA employee program, you take it over to the pharmacy and you can buy this, you can't buy that. It's category based. You cannot take it to the car repair shop. It won't work at a boutique. There's 900 categories it won't work on. I think 15 that it will work on. At the day it becomes SKU based is when we can pick up outcomes, medical outcomes, to adopt it into the conventional medical system.
Okay, I have one other quickie. The
Okay.
38% number, what was that number again?
That's the number of Americans that are using CAM products and services. And then they break that down into supplements, consulting.
How, is THC, any of the medical marijuana in that number? And does it-
Probably. Shoot, that's
And
going to
does
make
it
it
skew
higher.
it completely? Or?
No, that's recent. That data was like from 2012. NIH is way behind. That's taking it way up. Oh, that one, yeah. Mhm.
All right, eFund,
Okay.
help everybody.